Hey everybody, my name is Casey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will be doing a speed build on my new island, Willow. So today we're going to be working on decorating my entrance for Willow. So I am going to just go ahead and show you the area I'm going to be working on. As you can see, I already have like a little terraforming done right by resident services. And I'm going to have a diagonal bridge going there. And then here is my map for Willow. So I have 5 villagers. They're not the ones that I'm going to keep, they're just kind of the first 5 that I got. And then yeah, I think that is about everything. So I'm gonna just go ahead and start up the Island Designer app and start decorating, and then I will check back in throughout the video to let you know what I'm working on. So right here, I'm going to just terraform some waterfalls that will lead down into this little diagonal river I have. And then I'm going to just expand these cliffs back a little bit more. And now I'm going to work on reshaping this diagonal river. I'm not entirely sure why, but doing the shape of this river took me way too long. I think that's because it's just been a while since I've done some waterscaping and terraforming, so I'm just trying to get the correct shape. I like my rivers and waterscaping to look pretty natural, and I think I was just struggling because I have these cliffs terraformed at the top of this, so I was just trying to make it look nice and curved. And then I'm going to just go in right here and add in some more waterscaping just to give it a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to just finish up doing this waterscaping on top of this cliff right here, and then I will place the bridge, and then I will stop back in and let you all know what I'm working on next. Now that I have that all done, I'm going to just go ahead and lay down a little picnic or seating area, and then I'm going to try and figure out the rest of the pathing throughout this area. I'm going to just speed up the footage a little bit of me laying down the pathing, because I know that's not like the most interesting to watch, but if it's something that you would like to see just at the regular speed build speed, definitely let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I can take it out completely and kind of just do a transition into the area when I am done with it. But I found this really pretty grass pathing that I'm going to be using in this area, so I'm really excited about being able to use that. One other thing that I want to be able to incorporate a lot on this island is a lot of cliffs, so it kind of feels like you're walking through like some natural like hills or natural, I'm not sure how to explain it, like I just want it to feel really like enclosed and cozy, and so that's why I'm just building a little cliff on this other side of this river right here, and then I'm going to just do some waterscaping on it. So that's something I'm also going to try and focus on a lot on this island, is just incorporating terraforming but thinking about it differently than I normally would. So I want to have like a lot of secret little walkways, and then I'm still pretty sure I'm going to stay in cherry blossom season. I just think the colors are really beautiful, and it's kind of nice to have like some softer tone colors after working on my old island tea light for such a long time. And so now that I got that terraforming done, I'm just working on this pathing a little bit more, and so I'm going to just go in and add some flowers around the border of it, kind of like how I did on my last island. And now I'm just kind of trying to get a feel for this area right here and seeing what I want to place over here. Also, throughout this entire build, I was struggling so much with my Joy-Cons. It was really frustrating. Like I would press A or press a button and it wouldn't register until like a couple minutes later. So I tried to edit all of those moments out of this video, but if I missed one, just please bear with me. I'm not sure what's wrong with both of my Joy-Cons. So I'm trying to see what I can place on this little blanket that will look okay. I'm not sure if I like that stack of books there, so I'm going to just leave it for now. And then I decided to take up this mesh parasol and this little piece of fencing right here. And so I'm going to just start back up the Island Designer app because I did, I think, time travel a day in advance. So if you notice anything different, that's why. And then I'm going to just try and fill in the rest of this pathing and then figure out how I'm going to design the rest of the area. And so right here, I wanted to have this area be a bit more open and not like filled with too many flowers. So I'm just kind of walking around seeing, you know, like what I could change and like how it feels like actually walking through the area. Because like I had mentioned earlier, I want it to feel like really cozy and like you're in just a really like comfy environment. And so now I'm gonna just see what I can do over here. I'm just still trying to rework this pathing a little bit. It's a really unique shape, so that's why I'm just kind of playing around with the different pieces, but I think I kind of have like a general shape that I like for it. And then I'm gonna just use some planks that will lead over to the left, kind of showing that there is a different way you can go if you don't want to go across the diagonal bridge. And then I'm going to use some of this country fencing, just one piece. I absolutely love doing that. And then I found this really cute diagonal book code. I will be trying to update my codes on my card as much as I can. Just try and be patient with me, but I will update that for this new island. And so now I'm going to just work on the pathing for this area a little bit. I found this really cute stone pathing, so I'm going to use that for this area leading up to resident services. I'm just trying to mix up the pathing a little bit, and then I think I like it, but then I'm just kind of thinking I want to have two pathings for this area, so I'm trying out this really light, like white colored pathing almost, and I like that a little bit better, so I'm going to just use this instead for this area and use this white stone brick pathing up closer towards resident services a bit more. And so I just think it looks a bit nicer to have this pathing, and then I can use the brick one that is closer to resident services. And then here I'm going to just fill in the space a little bit, so I will let you all watch and then I will stop back in a bit. So for this area, I'm not sure what happened with my recording, but it must have stopped recording for the couple minutes where I was laying down these items and those standees, but I found this really pretty white picket fence standee, so I just put one on each side and I put it next to one of the hardwood trees just for a little symmetry. So now I'm going to fill in the rest of this little area right here, and then I will stop back in a bit. So right here, I'm going to just work on the shape of this cliff because I do want to go ahead and decorate on top of it, and also this cliff helps the area right in front of resident services feel really cozy and closed in. So I'm going to just work on that, and then I'm going to put some trees up here, and then I have some ideas for how I want to decorate it, but for now I want to try and figure out finishing up the rest of this area and get some more pathing laid down. So that is what I'm going to work on right now, and then I will come back in a little bit. I hope you all are enjoying the video so far, and if you are, please subscribe to my channel. I release new videos every week, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day so far. So the pathing for this area did kind of stump me for a bit. I just wasn't sure how to fill it in, so I decided to go ahead and extend this stone pathing down a little bit, and then I could figure out the rest of this pathing for this area. I just really struggled with it, and that's okay if you're just struggling at first. Just keep trying out different pathing and items and it'll eventually come together. But this is just like it's not like a whole new style for me, but it's definitely different than what I was used to doing, especially on my old island. But we are figuring it out as we go along. So just if you're ever struggling with a build, just persevere through it and it'll eventually come together. For this area, I really relied a lot upon using filler codes. And then like this area I'm doing right now, if you lay down the dirt pathing and lay it on top of it, it just looks like a pretty little pastel blue tile. And so I'm also relying a lot on little like miscellaneous decor items and flowers. So this area is eventually coming together, thankfully. It's just like I mentioned, kind of tricky starting a build sometimes, especially when you have kind of no plans or any idea going into it. I do have a video that I'll be working on in the future that will be about how to fill small spaces on your island. That's something I'm also going to be doing a lot of on this island because I really miss being able to decorate tiny little spaces. Those are my favorite to do. Definitely subscribe to stay tuned for when that video will be coming out. But right now I'm going to work on this area up here. I'm going to just lay down a little picnic blanket code and then I will decorate with some items on top of it. So speaking of small spaces, this is a perfect transition into what I'm talking about. Just using a couple little items is really fun for me, and it's fun to play around with different custom codes and items. So I'm going to just fill in the rest of this area up here and then I will stop back in a bit. So right now I'm going to just add in some waterscaping to kind of break these cliffs up a little bit. And so I'm going to just work on doing that and then we will move on to the next part of this build. Also, please ignore all of the flowers that I'm hoarding on my island. Don't judge me. I just need them all for future builds. So right now I'm just going in and filling the edges of this cliff with some different flowers, all of the flowers that I've been hoarding, and then I'm going to just lay down some fencing and then I'm going to put down a little stunted cedar tree right here, and then I just have to go in and kind of fill in the sides of the areas that I had missed. So I will finish that up, and then I think for the most part this upper cliff area will be all finished. So now that I have this area finished, I'm going to just come back over here and fill in some small areas, and then I need to finish filling in the rest of the cliff up here. So I'm going to just fill in these smaller spaces right here, and then I will let you know what I'm working on along the way. Right here, I'm just switching up the furniture and the placement of some items. I didn't like that log couch there, it was just too big, and then I'm just going in and placing this little lace rug coat down on top of this blanket. I really like how that looks, and then I'm just putting in some filler codes. And then I'm going to come up here and start working on decorating this cliff top. So for this cliff area up here, I am just extending the waterscaping a little bit and then making sure I get the shape of the waterscaping that I like. So I kind of just play around with this for a little bit, and then I'm going to start going in and putting in some flowers and trees and decorating the rest of this area. And right up here, I'm going to do that same technique that I did on the bottom, where I'm placing down the in-game pathing and then this blanket code, and then I'm going to make it like a little picnic blanket. And then for the rest of the decorating for this area, I'm going to try and use some like different colored items like this mush partition, and then I'm going to mix in some flowers throughout these little kind of like mini islands or whatever you want to call it. And then I do have quite a bit of cliff space to fill in over here, so I was thinking of just adding in some little decorations right here and then possibly creating a second level cliff and waterfall right over here. And so I'm just kind of coming down to the first level to see what it'll look like, and then I'm going to just lay some pathing down right here so I can kind of just get a feel for the flow of this area. I want the pathing to be kind of thin, but you still have like enough space to walk around in. So that's just what I'm working on now. So I will let you all watch for a bit and stop back in. So for this area right here, I'm laying down this little lace mat, and then of course we have little scooches of getting all in my business, but I'm going to try and place down this log bench finally Scoot moved out of the way, so this is what I mean, where I want it to feel really cozy, but you still have a place where you can just kind of come and sit while you're walking alongside this pathway. And so I'm going to just reshape a little bit of this cliff and then fill in a couple more decorations, and then I will go ahead and come back up here and do some more terraforming that I was talking about a couple minutes ago. I do think that adding the second level of terraforming gives this area some nice diversity, and then I just take down that little like edge of the cliff. It was just a little bit too big, taking up a little bit too much space, so then I just made a simple little waterfall because I want this area to be able to have some trees like around the pathing, so I need to make sure I'm leaving myself enough room for some trees. But I'm gonna just finish filling in this area right here, and then I will let you know what I have planned next. What I'm going to do right now is just come back up here and reshape some of this waterscaping, because I do want to go ahead and plant another tree up here just to make the area feel a little bit more full. And then I'm going to just come back in and change the flow of the river a little bit, and then I'm going to plant some flowers and then place some more items. I really like using the mush items and filler codes and different ground codes for decorating cliff tops, so I'm just coming to see if it looks okay, and then I'm realizing that I have this little space to fill in. I'll work on that in a bit, but I have a couple more empty spaces up here that I just need to go ahead and fill in with some flowers and items, so I'm going to just work on finishing that up right now. So I just have to come in and fill in this side of the cliff with some flowers and different codes. So it's just really now I just have to work on some of the finishing touches for this area. As you can see, it's looking nice and full and almost done. So I decided I'm going to change out this chair one more time. I know I've done that like 3 times, but I like that rocking chair better there, because I do have the log bench right here, like right in front of my rep right now, and I didn't like how the log bench looked with the log chair. And then right here, I'm gonna just go ahead and lay down some of this really pretty green pathing just to kind of have the areas that look like they're connecting, and then I'll just need to go ahead and fill in the surrounding areas of the pathing with some flowers and different items. So I'm gonna just go ahead and work on that now. Also, can we just talk about Scoot's hat that is literally on top of the helmet on his head? Like, he looks so funny, but he is my favorite. He is so cute. So I decided to come back over here and just lay down a little bit more of this pathing, because I want to be able to have like a solid foundation of where this path will be leading. And then I'm going to just put down another small little seating area right here. And as soon as I'm done with this, I will take you all on the final walkthrough. I am going to go ahead and time travel to about 6:37 in the morning. I just think that time in the game is really, really beautiful and calming. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all are excited to see the final walkthrough for this area. I'm really, really excited to show you all. So I'm going to just place down this last little item and we will get started. So here we are. This is what it looks like, all completely finished. I'm really, really happy with it. This build did take me quite a bit of time in real life, but I think it was absolutely worth it because I'm just really, really happy with how this all turned out, and I'm actually surprised that I was able to work with so many like pink trees. Like pink is my favorite color, but these pink trees are just kind of a lot, like all in your face at once. But I think I was able to kind of separate them nicely from each other. And then I'm also trying to mix in some like cedar trees and fruit trees. So this is the area directly in front of my resident services. And if we continue down this way, this will be the pathway that will lead you kind of back down to the beach and back over to the airport. So I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I really like the different cliff sizes. That just makes it feel nice and cozy. So now what I'm going to do is head on this way, and I'm going to go back over and show you all this side that I worked on towards the end of the build. So I have this little log sofa here, and then I just have a couple items decorated and placed directly behind it. And then I have actually 2 garden wagons placed directly behind the trees right there. So as you can see, the cliff details are also really nice and full as well. And then I just made another little seating area with that cinnamon roll tray. And then if we go ahead and head back on through this way, I want to go ahead and end the video out in the first area that I decorated right up here. I just wanted to say thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm really excited to go ahead and start this new island and show you all the transformation of it along the way. It's going to be like a pink spring island with a lot of light colors, and I'm going to try and do like a bunch of mini seating areas as well. If you did enjoy this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like on it. And if you have any comments or suggestions for videos you'd like to see from me in the future, feel free to leave that below in the comment section as well. And I just wanted to say we're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much for all of your support with me on this journey of YouTube that I've started. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!